Welcome to a DropTent media production.
Zebra in the mirror on some non-stop chops. Some gon' leave it in the beef upon the floor, drop bars. Stop around.
That's a good point. I forgot that you sandwiched it with so many good hot takes that it made that one good.
Can that be my new nickname?
Fire start. What's that? Fire start?
Good hot. Oh, that too. Good hot takes, aka fire start.
Fire start's a good one. Fire starter, you're gonna get into some legal issues. That's copywritten, okay?
By who?
By fire starter.
Who's fire starter?
Isn't that a thing? Like, isn't like Duraflame like fire starter?
Oh,
like,
I was picturing like a guy who calls himself like I thought it was going to be like a Pitbull-esque rapper, like a Mr. Worldwide, who's just like I'm the fire starter, like some Cuban dude.
No, dude, you can be the fire starter. There's like 15 fire starter TV shows and movies and shit. Be whatever you want. Be whatever you want.
That's like the worst. Like that sounds like a superhero who it's like, is he a hero? Fire starter?
Sounds like a little bit of a criminal.
Dude, right? That's if the Human Torch like tortured animals. Like the Human tortured animals, he would become fire starter.
The Human tortured animals.
Now I'm picturing a guy that is just a hive mind of several injured animals. It's like a legless deer and like a fucking like
a ran over raccoon, a fucked up possum.
Yeah, dude. Oh, man. It's like 6 of them, and then they get one chair at the table with the Justice League, because you know it's not Marvel. You know it's not Marvel.
No, they're getting the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and they're like, why the fuck are you here even?
I gotta imagine. I don't know exactly what animals would prefer to not be tortured by, but I have to imagine a guy who lights himself on fire is one of the worst case scenarios.
Just the self-immolator, dude. He's just Molotoving himself.
Just aware animals. Like, oh my goodness, our environment and habitat are mostly made of woodsy greens.
Dude, that is Smokey the Bear's new arch nemesis, fire starter, and it's not what you think.
Human torture animals.
All right, yeah, we're gonna start the cast off on fire starter. I think
I think
we're all in agreement. Oh man,
this is why we don't live stream.
Welcome back.
Yeah, no, I'm actually gonna. Yeah,
my guy.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, dude, we're live right now. We're live right now, live from fucking not New York, live from the middle of the woods, torturing animals.
I don't know if anybody's live from New York. There's a lot of deaths in New York right now. I think.
I think they're doing a little better than they were before. At least it's not Florida. You're definitely not live from Florida.
No, that sentence, I hate that sentence. That's the coldest take sentence ever. It's not your fault, Evan. You could literally say, hey, at least it's not Florida, about like pretty much anything. Like literally. Like you could get it like a shitty bologna sandwich and be like, hey, at least it's not Florida, man. Like it's so easy.
Yeah. It's definitely a cold take.
I mean, I didn't get hit by a car, but at least it wasn't Florida, dude.
Dude, you know who is the hottest takes right now? My Gramps, dude. Gramps is straight crushing it. And by crushing it, I mean he just got out of the hospital, has no vision in either eye, but God is he nailing zingers.
Is crushing it blind now? Is that crushing it means? She's blind.
That's like look ma, no hands. Like look ma, I can't see shit. No look ma, no eyes.
Ellen Keller was just crushing it, nailing it, fucking spiking it, bopping it.
Oh my God. She was like
spinning it.
The Serena Williams of her time, dude. She was like that hot soccer player chick, dude.
Which one?
You know the one.
Do I know the one?
Her name reminds me of Star Wars. Hope Solo. Nailed it.
See, okay, I don't think that's the hot one. I think we're see, that's why I thought originally I thought you were talking about like Alex Morgan or something. She's like a local girl too. See, Hope Solo isn't that attractive to me, and she beats the fuck out of dudes.
You know what? Was she in the Olympics around the time of fucking Nastia Liukin?
Who?
Nastia Liukin, the gymnast.
The one sounds like the final boss to the most aggressive fighting game you've ever played.
Fucking
yeah, dude, that's a catchphrase.
No, fucking remember the Olympics with that chick that everyone's like, she's so hot. She was like 18. She was not that hot. Shawn Johnson or something like that.
Yeah.
But then there was the slightly older, significantly hotter gymnast who won the gold medal, and that was Nastia. But I think that she was so attractive to a teenage me that like I just think of all female athletes from that time as being like her, you know?
I feel that. I think that I just remember reading a report where it was like, yeah, she beat the shit out of her boyfriend. And I was like, damn, that sucks. You're up against a lot right there. Like, oh, I'm sorry. You're going to tell me and you're going to press charges on a woman for hitting you, where it's like, all right, you should probably just toughen up. But also on top of that, this girl brought home gold for America in the Olympics, and you want someone to step in and press charges on them? Like, immediately you're like, yeah, what am I gonna do, call the cops and be a fucking like Benedict Arnold dude? Like, you gotta turn, literally, you date like a US soccer star, you're just turning on your country at that point if you break up with them.
Dude, I guess it's like the Johnny Depp thing though, like
What's
with
the
Amber
Johnny
Heard
Depp thing?
Oh, dude,
the Amber Heard stuff. I know, yeah.
Well, it's the same thing. Like, it's like, yeah, dude. But I find out
so many weird reports. But no, it gets weirder and weirder, the reports. So it's actually only getting murkier.
Dude, I don't even know. No, I don't think it's getting murkier. I think it's just more and more clear how insane Amber Heard is. She took a shit in Johnny Depp's bed and laughed about it. That's so wild. I didn't even know chicks that hot pooped, let alone like poop for pleasure, like for fun. Like I know girls poop to kill. Like everybody's got to poop to eat. You know what I mean? Like it's part of nature.
They have to poop to eat? What? I
just mean it's part of life.
Food, dude. Just poop comes for
food, obviously. Get out of you to eat more. That's just science. All I'm saying is like she went out of her way to build up a poop, pull down her drawers, and fucking shit in Johnny Depp's bed. That's fucking wild. She also like cut his finger off and beat the shit out of him. But like that's like, you tell people that your girlfriend beat the shit out of you and cut your finger off. Which one of us is frozen? Is it me? Is it you?
It's me. I'm back.
It was him.
It was all good.
I just thought his mind was blown so hard.
My Wi-Fi.
You're picturing Amber Heard just shitting in your bed, just like, damn, dude, would I even be mad?
My Wi-Fi was switching on me. It was like poor connection, and I was like, I'm next to it. What do you mean? And then it was like, you're on Xfinity right now, and I was like, no, I don't want to be on Xfinity. So I had to switch it real quick because it kept poor connecting, and like you guys were like fast forwarding like shitty YouTube videos. But
you just described every breakup I've ever had, dude.
Shitty YouTube videos.
We're having issues. We're having issues connecting, but I'm right next to you. Like I'm here. Like, I'll plug it into the modem. What buttons you need me to hit? Do you need me to unplug you, reset you for 30 seconds? I'll do it, babe. Sometimes you gotta unplug your bitch. Let her reset.
All the time.
Okay, do you guys want to start now? Like after now that he just said that? I mean...
No, I feel like we'll just fucking start after fire starts.
No, I'm kidding.
Keep rolling on through. However, are we talking about Amber Heard and the poop situation? Because that's what it seemed like. I cut out a lot during that.
Yeah, it sounded like you're.
I heard reports on flinging feces.
Trajectory.
Fucking Kobe shots, a little fucking Kobe, and fucking just hitting, Beyonce in the. No, it's not. Are you kidding me? That's shooting the shot, baby. You know what I mean? Whatever's in your hand, it's up to you. That's up to you. It's your hand. It's not Kobe's hand that has to touch it. That would be disrespectful if you make Kobe shoot.
When I say Kobe, when I shoot, in my mind, it's like Goku, like spirit helping Gohan. You know what I mean? Like Kobe, like he takes my hands like
a shitty joke that you crumbled up. That's usually what it is. It's never a Goku blast, okay? It's always a shitty joke.
I Goku blast.
You don't Goku blast, bro. I know a lot of people that Goku blast. You don't Goku blast.
All right, that sounds like a sick Japanese yogurt place. Anyway,
Goku blast. It's like the frozen dragon breath shit they got on the boardwalk where you eat that and like you're like, yeah, eat this ice cream, your mouth will smoke, and for some reason we're like, I want that. Like
that fucking. Oh yeah, you go to the fucking Wizard Beach. You go to Merlin Beach. Yeah, dude. Maybe they have that at Merlin Beach.
Dude, Cody was with me when we saw it, and we like considered getting it. And we were like, me and Cody were together in Wildwood one of the times. And we were at like Keenan's the night before. And then the next day we were like chilling, like, hungover. And we're like, let's go to the boardwalk and get like pizza or something. And we fucking walked on up and like it's like dragon's breath or something. But it's one of those things where it looks like somebody just moved out of that spot and they didn't even get a good sign yet. So they were just like, we sell smoking ice cream. And you're like, that's too weird of a product to look like you haven't been here for a while.
You know why they didn't have a store? Because that's a fucking gypsy product. You wheel into town, and when the FDA comes through and they're like, dragon ice cream, you fucking let's Flintstone it out of there. You're gypsy.
That's one of those things where in like 6 months we're going to find out that like just eating that gives you a concussion. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely, dude. It's CT soda. Fucking, are you kidding me?
Brain mash.
It's speaking of Johnny Depp, it's the Willy Wonka bubble drink, except the bubbles are just bouncing on the inside of your skull. It's like George Foreman's fucking punching you from the inside out.
Like Tyson punch out in your fucking dome. Oh my god. But no, dude, you know what I thought of the other day, speaking of Cody? Dude, I thought of this the other day, and we are gonna probably laugh about this because I don't even think we've talked about this in a while. And Evan probably doesn't know this story. Do you remember, because we're talking about, you know, the moves we're trying to make and pitches and stuff like that, do you remember the pitch meeting we had that one time, you, me, and Cody, and we showed up super stoned?
I forgot about that.
Evan, yo, me, Rusty, and Cody go to pitch this like show idea to this like, local network
station. Like I have like $10,000 and some equipment. I am a TV producer now. Like,
yeah, like I have my own network and channel, like type thing.
The guy we met with, like, he had like a pretty nice suit and a big ass like pinky ring on, but like I feel like he wore that suit ring combination every day. Like Like he took out a loan to get like one suit that makes him look presentable.
It's not even paid off yet. That suit's still
we thought it was like a sick opportunity to pitch this show. Hopefully get a little bit like, you know, like they back us. It'd be cool to get some backing on it. But we also were aware enough that this was such a local and not huge deal that we did smoke a bunch before the meeting. And then we just rolled in. I don't even think we sprayed anything. Axe body spray, Old Spice, nothing. We just walked into a business meeting, and the first thing this guy says to us, Ev, is, "Hey, how you guys doing? So, which one of you has the pot? You guys smell." And we were like, "What? Like, no."
Like, in fairness, we did smell like, not like our fingers smelled like blunts. It smelled like our fingers were blunts. Like Edward, like fucking Schedule 1 hands.
Imagine me, Cody, and Rusty walking into your place of business, reeking like pot, looking like how we looked. I'm sure, like, again, just like with
like creative,
full stereotype. We're looking full stereotype. Yeah.
To be fair, though, if Cody walked into any room not smelling like weed, I would be concerned. I would probably assume that the world was like on the like cusp of ending. I'd be like, is the weed ended? Like, are we out? Are we all out? But if somebody does ever say to you, who has the weed, and they smell it, like, and they don't say it like, hey, get the fuck out of here, who's got the weed? They're cool, and you're good.
Yes.
And
this guy used it as an example. His son was like there, and he was like, but you guys did smoke, and I was able to pick that up. And we were like, I mean, yeah, I guess you like got us. And he was like, you look at his son, he's like, you see that? I can always detect it. And it was like a learning moment that we were like a part of.
It was like literally like the equivalent of like picking like a fucking homeless guy off the street and being like, do you have heroin in your left pocket? He's like, I only have a left pocket. You're like, see, I told you. Daddy always knows. It's like, yeah, dude, you had 3 comedians walk in. Just like, yeah, of course we had it.
He had that energy of like a guy who fucking was able to like, he's like, I bet you I can guess this next card. I bet you it's an ace. And it like happened to be an ace. And he like fucking owned it, where he's like, I always fucking do that. I've been calling aces for a long time. And you're like, what? No, you're not an expert in this, sir. Like, he had the energy of a guy who's like, see that? I was always able to detect weed smell on comedians.
His son being there had the energy of like, not even like a bring your kid to work day thing. No, it was like the babysitter fell through. It's a slow day. Like, we'll get you Sonic. You can take your Butterfinger Blast in the back seat.
Evan, you ready for this proposition that he gave us? He said, we don't. I won't give too much details of what the show was, because I still think we could turn like it into something. But he basically said, "Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. We'll put it on pay-per-view." And me and Rusty were like, "Why would you on pay. I mean, is it live sports? Why would you put it on pay-per-view? And then go ahead.
You're like, I feel like you're combining two things, because I felt like there was our idea in which he said would be distributed two ways. Once live on their like online platform, and then from that point on, every episode would be on demand for about $10.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about the on demand.
Pitched us on doing a dinner and comedy thing with just us four, where we charged $100 a ticket and sold pay-per-views to it.
Yeah. And then you brought up a great point where you're like, hey man, here's the thing. We're not famous comedians, and I can get unlimited access to famous comedians on Netflix for like $7 a month. So why would people pay $10 to see a bunch of people they don't fucking know?
Yeah, like Dave Chappelle just came out with a new thing, right? Like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah.
No.
Like, you think people are gonna be like, did you guys see the local comedians though? They blow these guys out of the fucking
Right?
water.
Like, I'm gonna make a new email and get 30 days free.
Dude,
Just
this was
such a bad pitch meeting.
We are literally so high. It is like I think if we wrote a scene where Geoff and I were super high, we wouldn't have even have gotten that high to film the scene. We are fusing with the air molecules, and it just feels like a prank show. And Cody goes to sign it. He picked up the pen. I was like, put that down. Do you remember?
Yeah. Well, we had to tell him. We were like, we left actually feeling good. In fairness, because we heard all the right things, that we got caught a little bit with the jibber jabber and the terminology. It sounded good. We laughed. We're like, this is fucking an awesome thing, dude. And then we got in the car, and me and Ross were like, we actually can't do this, can we? Oh, yeah, no, hold on a second. And then the whole drive home, we just talked about every negative thing about it.
Well, Cody still didn't understand. He was like, why didn't we sign?
He wasn't in the car with us, so then we had to meet him up. And he's like, dude, that went pretty well, right? Like, we got home, and we're like, hey, during this drive, we have decided we will not be signing this deal. And he's like, wait, what?
Right, he wasn't part of the brain. He wasn't part of the brain. He was just like,
my God, what the fuck?
It was like, for this Tinder date, we were like one Megazord going on this date. Cody was like the left leg, dude, and he's just trying to move forward. We're like, hang on, bud.
Dude, he was. I loved it. Having to try to do a pitch in the state that we were in. Is so comical, where it's like, yeah, what if we just wrote a scene of a pitch meeting where the guys are super high? You're like, I mean, is there any substance to that? Why would they do that? Doesn't that seem like a pretty important deal? And then we do it anyway.
We treated it like it was a summer course at community college. Like,
dude, that guy is trying to that guy's probably selling fucking VCRs right now. That dude's probably wheeling and dealing VCRs outside of a Sears.
I'll sell pay-per-view on VHS, and they got a
terrible business sense. I think that's something I was able to pick up more than anything. I was like, you guys aren't here to handle the funny stuff. That's what we're here for. I don't actually think you guys can handle your end of the thing. I don't know if you guys know if this is like this is a pay-per-view model. The UFC is like the only thing, like fights are the only thing you can do pay-per-view anymore, or WWE. You can't do a pay-per-view model in any other. Imagine if they made the Super Bowl a pay-per-view. Imagine if they made the Super Bowl a pay-per-view, or the World Series.
No, I don't even think WWE does the pay-per-views. I just thought about, they have that WWE network where it's like $5 a month or something. Yeah, it's fine. And you get all the pay-per-views. Yeah, they don't even do pay-per-views anymore. That's crazy, dude.
The pay-per-view model is outlandish.
It's been dead.
But this guy wanted to thought people were gonna buy fucking local comedian pay-per-views.
Yo, wait. Do you think that free porn is contributed to humanity's desire for free content? Because I feel like that was the pinnacle of like literally pay-per-view. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was like
yeah.
I guess not, because like you would buy the VHS or the magazine and then fucking own it. But I feel like once people started getting porn for free, it's like, if I don't pay for that, why am I going to pay for this? You know what I mean?
I would say that it goes hand in hand, because I think it probably goes hand in hand because it's also like a combination of that and the dawn of the internet. You know what I mean? Like having the ability to torrent and pirate and take, do you know what I mean? Like I think LimeWire, for example, is a great example of like that kicking into place. You're like, oh, I don't have to buy songs for 99 cents. I can just download them and have the entire album. And what? I maybe made my computer almost 100% definite susceptible to a virus. Yeah.
So what?
Okay.
My computer's a Russian spy. My computer was colluding. I don't care.
It's an insane actual mindset because Americans and people who just downloaded music illegally were like, listen, I'm not paying $1 a song, but I will ruin this $1,000 laptop. Like,
dude.
But you know what I mean? Like, you could have just bought 1,000 songs.
Even before fucking Spotify and shit like that, do you think that, like, celebrity, like, famous musicians, do you think they were fucking paying 99 cents a song? Super rich musicians. There's no way they were.
No,
Why?
No, they weren't.
Why? What's the point? It's honestly easier to fucking just torrent it.
But that's what I'm saying. So I think that's a little bit of the dawn of wanting that free content. Having an alternative to get it for free, all of a sudden you're like, oh, maybe a little bit of elbow grease and research on the keyboard here, and I could figure out a way to get this shit for free. I was fine. I watched all of Avatar Last Airbender before it hit Netflix on fucking like kisscartoon.com, and I'm having to like exit out of like 3 advertisements just to get to an episode, and like it sucked, but I was like, I'm not buying it. Like, I will go through viruses, pop-ups, like you could be like, you fucking want an iPad, and I'm like, that's not good, like, but I don't care.
Yeah, give me another survey, I'll do it. Like, can I just get the free episode,
yeah, but
please?
If you're paying $20 per season, I'm not doing it. You're not going to get – I'd literally rather make a mistake than have you be like, we got you, you stupid consumer.
Well, I got to say, dude, as an artist, there's just something that rubs me the wrong way about people wanting me to pay them for art. You know what I mean? Like –
Yeah, well –
not really. I'm, like, exaggerating for a joke, but I just mean, like, it's – there's just something about, like, damn, dude, I might not like this. I don't get what you're doing. So why am I going to fucking pay you for this?
No, that's like the fucking Sebastian Maniscalco joke, though. Like, about, like, it falls back to, like, you know, people that are like, they get the ice cream order and they have to do all the samples and stuff like that. Hey, if you don't like it, guess what? You fucked up. You're going to get it next time, and I won't get that flavor. But, like, there's no, like, I want a refund. I want to get my own justice. I want to have – don't you think it's too late to have – like, there's no –
That's why I think that quarantine, like, the pandemic has, like, killed, like, the restaurant industry in a way. But I also think that now –
in every way.
Well, yeah, but I do think that right now, expectations – from restaurants are like the most realistic it's ever been. Like, they're like, yo, you get the fuck up in an hour, you fucking don't customize your food, and bitch, it's a limited menu. And guess what? No one says shit because they can't. You know what I mean? Which is how it's been the whole time. I don't know when it got so out of control that I've had a woman tell me she has a garlic allergy, and then when I say, how about plain salmon? She said, you don't have anything more exciting? Like, yo, that shit's psycho.
You have a garlic allergy. You just automatically cut out so much food.
Yeah, dude.
So much food. That's your fault.
Go home and cook. Tell you what, next time you can bring a Tupperware. I'll make you an exception.
That's like the people that would come into like Chik-Fil-A and they'd be like, yeah, can you just make me nuggets? But like, I have a peanut allergy. And we're like, oh, well, we cook it in peanut oil. And they're like, could you not? And you're like, oh, no, it's not like we have like other alternative oil. Like, it's the cooking oil. You have to now order something else. Like, you know.
Yeah, my girlfriend got Chick-fil-A the other day. She has a peanut allergy. She was so sick.
Are you serious?
They cook in peanut oil?
Oh, the chicken, the fried chicken.
100%. Yeah. It's one of the better oils.
Hey,
speaking of that, I used to work at an Applebee's that was right near a Chick-fil-A, and we would have families come in, and they would give their kids Chick-fil-A, come in with a bag of Chick-fil-A with a Chick-fil-A drink into Applebee's and then sit.
And I love Chick-fil-A, Evan, but can we just say right now that the chicken tenders with the barbecue sauce from Applebee's are fucking top notch.
Yeah, and they're way better than the ones from
Look how stressed out Rusty looks about this peanut allergy.
No, my brain is fucking
I can't believe that you guys like if you have an allergy, you gotta like pick up on like what you're allowed to research
to everything. Yeah, there's certain places that you can't go to and shit.
Fuck all that. My brain is fucking blown that Chick-fil-A. I can't think of a time that I've driven by a Chick-fil-A between noon and 6 and not seen a line around the building. Yeah, my whole life it's been like that. Mm-hmm. They cook their food in peanut oils. Mm-hmm. And they hate the gays to the point that they close on Sundays and give money to like anti-gay groups.
Yeah, I think it just shows you how many people aren't gay and don't have a peanut allergy. I think it's pretty much the clientele. That's like if you're looking at that
alienating that many groups. That's crazy. Not only get away with it, flourish. You ever seen a Chick-fil-A like next to an Arby's? Like Chick-fil-A has the morals that you associate with Arby's, but like
But Arby's is still beneath them for some reason.
well, the food. But
No, I know, but like when you look at it, you're like, I believe in like this business. Like Chick-fil-A, you're like, that's the toughest thing when people talk about like endorsements. I've said this a million times. Of course, you want to get like a lifetime supply of your favorite things. So you'd want like if you're into gummy worms, you want an endorsement by gummy worms. I would love to be a celebrity that had an endorsement from Chick-fil-A. Unfortunately, I can't get behind the values, but I do want unlimited of their product. Do you know what I mean? Like I would love unlimited Chick-fil-A, but it's tough to be like,
that's such a hard sell, dude.
you can't sell it. That's what's impossible. However, that's something I would want a lifetime supply
Dude,
of.
I want to see us turn canceling into a game show. If anyone's gonna get canceled, it has to be through the game show. They hook you up to a lie detector and they just ask like really, really honest questions. Like, do you want a Chick-fil-A sponsorship? Like,
And I'd say, what does that entail? Do I have to be public with it? So what do I have to do? Wear a shirt?
yo, dude,
I'll
you
wear
have
a shirt. I'll just tell people it's
scandal?
free. Yeah, I'll just tell people it's free, dude. Did I tell you one time, bro? One time I worked at Chick-fil-A, right? And there was a moment where the owner of Chick-fil-A, you know, the old ass dude who's like super homophobic,
Mr. Filet.
Mr. Filet. So he fucking says some, you know, bullshit, and everyone's up in arms. Well, weirdly, the Chick-fil-A community were like, you know what? We're gonna stand by that guy because I know he didn't have the best comments. But
What's the
goddamn,
Chick-fil-A community? Just fat people?
hey, imagine the owner of a company says some super homophobic things. In theory, you go, that's business suicide. You basically just fucked yourself. I can't wait to see you step down. Not this guy. This guy said this shit, and we had lines out the door. Like we were having events because people were showing up like, we still support you guys. And it was like, oh, we appreciate the business, but I feel like we're bringing in the wrong people right now. And then we had one of the ladies who kind of worked there. She didn't work directly for Chick-fil-A. She was like the marketing event coordinator. And she came in one time, and a gay guy came in, and he fucking walked up to her and spit a loogie in her face.
Hell yeah.
And just goes, fuck Chick-fil-A, and leaves. Now, this lady is just working in marketing, right? Like, she's just a job, right?
No,
So
dude, that's Miss Filet, dude.
Dude, no,
That's
so she
Miss Filet.
goes back in the back crying.
The lady
She
Filet.
got spit in her face, and
Yeah.
her boss was like, okay. Like, it didn't get, like, he's almost like, do you see how many fucking customers there are there? I don't give a shit. We're about the money-making business.
It's like, wait, did somebody order the spit? No? Then go fucking out there.
Literally. Like, one of those things where it's like, are you crying in front of customers? Get your ass in the back.
Tears are on the menu today, Lisa.
Dude, there were moments, and I'm not going to say, I mean, I enjoyed working at Chick-fil-A. I'll say that right now. I had a good time working at Chick-fil-A. I really enjoyed it. But guess what? Those social, taboo things, they don't come up. It's just like 17-year-olds being like, I can't wait to be done this and steal cookies and Chick-fil-A sandwiches and smoke a blunt. Like, that was fun. Like,
the
you know what I
person
mean?
who spit on that lady, like in their mind, like everybody who works at Chick-fil-A is in like the Chick-fil-A cult, where they're like, all right, yeah, and your resume checks out. Just gays, hate them. Like fucking like, oh, it would be my pleasure to hate them. You're welcome to the team. Like no, that's not how it works. I do want to point to every person who's like, how did Trump become president? I do want to like point to Chick-fil-A for them because it's like literally the same thing. Like he says shit that like people should like leave the country, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, where are you going to get better chicken? Where are you going to find better chicken?
But that is something that's almost like Michael Jordan. I don't think, did you watch The Last Dance or no?
What did he say about the gays?
No. Michael Jordan I was talking from like a business standpoint, and I'm sure Evan, you probably saw the documentary. So he goes into this thing where there's a point in time where there's like a racist senator or something, and they expected Michael Jordan, this god in the community, an African American, would speak up and make a political statement or something. He didn't, and people were all up in arms about it. Like, why didn't you fucking stand up for You know what I mean? This guy's a racist. You should be able to do it. And the whole fucking thing is he's like, hey, Republicans buy sneakers too. And like, that's his mindset where he's like, I'm not going to like, fucking split my customer base. I want fucking money. I don't care if they're racist or not. They're going to wear my sneakers.
I'm not black. I'm a sneaker salesman.
Exactly. Right. So like that's the way he took it. And people were like, yeah, that's fucked up. But I will say you got to give the guy from Chick-Fil-A credit. They're like, we're going to get business still. We don't really give a fuck. Like they were like, we don't care. Because guess what? We put all our sponsorships in the right things. We sponsor college football bowl games. Dude. That's our crowd. Like that's us.
Like they're this raft in the great ocean of fucking fast food, and they're just throwing things off the back for speed. They're like, gays don't need them. Allergies, they slow down. Dude, they probably cook in peanut oil to slow down for allergies. They're like, honestly, if you're allergic to peanuts, you're probably allergic to half the shit we serve. Like, don't come in.
Fries are not cooked in peanut oil, but all of the fried chicken, all of it is peanut oil. So like if you come in and you have like, I have a gluten allergy, and it's like, can I have a cheeseburger that doesn't have gluten in it? And you're like, no, because it's got gluten in it. So you have to order something else. But people come in just like, yeah, no, I want a Chick-fil-A sandwich with no peanut oil. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Maybe let me know when you can find that somewhere the fuck else.
Just bring them a frozen chicken patty.
Yeah, like good luck, bro. What do you want, a fish fillet? Get out of my face.
A fish fillet?
You want a fucking fist fillet? Fuck, yo, that's sick. Oh,
yeah, dude, next time you work for fast food, you should use that.
Do you know what I don't like that Chick-fil-A does? And I get it, but I don't like it.
I hate the gays.
No. The drive-through format, I'm not a fan of.
Dude, we've ripped on this before, I think.
Yeah, probably. Well, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse about it, but like, I just don't like that they're like, I can't look at the menu yet. You're already at my car.
Oh, when they walk up with the tablet and they're like, "What are you getting?" I have no idea yet.
Well, give me a minute. Like, what do you got? I know some things
you're supposed to have divine intervention in that moment. Like God's supposed to tell you. You don't order at Chick-fil-A. God orders through you.
I feel bad for people that have allergies, and I definitely have them too, but I choose to ignore them food allergy wise. Because if you think, like, if I went to a doctor and they were like, "You can't be eating Chick-fil-A, dude. Like, that's not. You're gonna die." I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that because like I that's what I eat. So how about you tell me what I can eat?
You cut out there.
Just snaps right back to you playing like a PlayStation or like a little PSP. Just what?
How about you tell me what I can have and not what I can't have, because it's kind of being a little bit of a killjoy for me.
Next
you know what I mean? Like I need
please. Let's move on. Move along.
That's a sadder list. That's a sadder list. What you can have at that point, you don't want to, dude. If you knew only
you're right.
You can have, nah, dude. You should just
celery. More celery.
Oh, dude.
How about broccoli? No, you can't have that. What?
And meanwhile, I'd be like, yeah, it probably makes me shit anyway. Too much goddamn fiber or something.
I don't have too many like real allergies, but I always like think it's pretty funny that I'm allergic to penicillin. Like,
oh, my dad's allergic to penicillin as well. My dad's allergic to all the cillins.
Dude, just like, first off, I mean, I can't.
You're probably allergic to all the cillins.
I am. It's just usually easier to just say penicillin and let people figure it out.
And amoxicillin.
That's the one I found out on. It gave my hands a rash. But, dude, I always think about, like, when medicine was, like, first being invented. Like, penicillin's one of the first fucking, like, medicines.
Yeah.
And they were like, fuck yeah, this shit cures everything because all we have is syphilis, and it cures syphilis. But, yo, if they gave me that shit and I was like, I'm getting sicker, they would be so confused. They'd be like, but it's medicine.
Right, you're the first one.
You'd have ultra syphilis. That would be the rumor. Like, I don't know. I've never seen a case like this in my life. He's actually the most disgusting person in this tribe.
You're thinking it's tribe days? I think it's more village days, dude. I'm thinking.
Well, a group of people.
Like I imagine. Do you think there was medicine at the time of the Salem witch trial? I'm really bad with history and dates. Like, do you think they had
medicine?
Yes. Or do you think they were on some
medicine
shit?
Was as professional and as on the same level as witchcraft? Like, they were like, you made me feel better by mixing potions. Like, medicine was just potions.
Fuck, dude, you just made me choke on nothing. You just gave me corona with that joke. Dude, that's so funny. No, because, dude, I never even thought about it. But, like, I'm like, dude, it's so stupid. How could they believe in witchcraft? Literally, witchcraft was probably more realistic than medicine to them. Yeah. Like, dude, witchcraft was probably like the GMOs of the time. They were probably just like, we can't let this hot new medicine fucking sweep the nation, dude.
Yeah,
They're fucking boiling toads. It's working, okay? My wife is not saying things about freedom anymore. I don't know, whatever they
there
think.
was no
sanity
solutions.
is.
There were no solutions. Nobody was like, we're fixing people. They're like, no, we gotta kill all these bad people. Like they were like, we gotta get rid of them. We're not saving anybody.
I mean, God, the first 1,000 years of medicine was not discovering anything. It was like a list of what you can't do to people. They were like, all right, turns out chopping off the arms doesn't work for headaches. Someone get me a stomachache guy. We're going to try to check off.
Can you imagine the first person ballsy enough to pull off an amputation? Just the first dude who's like, oh, fuck my arm. And he's like, you don't need it. Like, I felt like I could have needed it.
I thought it was James Franco. Wasn't it James Franco?
But like, like also you have to think how probably hard it was to believe that guy where like, he's like, I honestly probably saved your life by cutting your arm off. And then being like, no, you fucking didn't, dude. I got a guy. I can't fucking pick up my goddamn glass of water now. You're going to tell me you saved my life?
Well, I mean, there was also probably like, I've never thought about this either, but there's probably like tribesmen with like birth defects who are still like fucking war chiefs. You know what I mean? Like there were probably like handless savages who were just like running around with rocks in their mouth.
What happens if you were like
they chew on a rock and they beat you to death with their head?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It sounds very illegal for even modern MMA rules.
Well, yeah, it's a knuckle duster, but for your face.
Oh, it's a knuckle duster? Is that your new nickname?
We could put it on the list.
It's a short list compared to mine, but we can put it on your list.
Short list. That's my new nickname. Short list.
No, we don't. No, it's not very positive sounding, if I'm being honest. Don't love it. But yeah, no, I don't know, dude. I feel like definitely witchcraft was just potions, like potions in medicine, like being like, we cured you, and being like, where the fuck did you get this power? Curing sickness? My ass. Get in the fucking water.
God. Dude, we're probably like 10,000 years behind on medical advancement because we probably kept killing anyone who was able to do anything. They were like, I built a road. They were like, kill him. Like,
well, that's what we think we're so advanced in medicine. We got so comfortable, and like obviously it's hack at this point, but like we did get so comfortable that like we literally let a pandemic hit us, and we were so unprepared. But like, give it 50 years, dude. People are gonna be like, what's up? A broken back? We can literally give you a brace that will make you as fast as LeBron James. Like, we will improve your life.
I feel like if you could get like an aerial like time view on like human history. Bless you, sir. That was powerful, dude.
I have only power. All my sneezes are like Joe Rogan. Fucking dude, powerful.
That was like Kim Kardashian. She's powerful.
It was not a fake sneeze, dude. It was real.
I feel like if you could get an aerial view of human history, like over time, literally our developments, it's like failing to parallel park and trying to fix it. You know what I mean? Just like, nope. We're gonna have to back up a little bit more.
Yeah.
We figured out that the Earth was not in the center of the solar system. But then this guy, Ptolemy, he used sticks in the ground to measure their shadows, and he figured out how big the Earth is. And he was actually almost 100% right. It was pretty crazy. But they had no way to know that. He was just the stick in the ground guy.
Which is a crazy person.
After sticks in the ground, he said, guys, it turns out we were right the first time. The Earth is in the middle. And then he set us back 800 years before we again decided, no, it was the sun. It was the sun. The sun's Big Fire. Thank you, Big Fire. Shout out Big Fire.
Dude, Firestarter. Shout out Firestarter.
That's you.
That's you, dude. That's you, Big Fire.
No, I don't know if you remember how that riff went, but we decided that was the human tortured animals. And...
Yeah, well, you're still that. Speaking of the hot dude, so is that an Overwatch hat in the background with your nice little setup there?
No, it is not, dude.
What is that? What is that hat?
This is Ash Ketchum's current hat in the Pokemon anime.
Is it? That's so funny. I didn't know that, and I genuinely was going to make a Pokemon reference and say that it looks like you were a part of a different elite group of bad guys where you were like Team Lava instead of like Team Magma. Like you were this orange. Cool, you look like you're like a fucking member of Team Lava over there with that hat on the setup.
I feel like I would have been like Team Bubbles. I don't know.
I don't know if it's better, bud. I don't know if it's better.
I'm not saying it's
air
better.
or water. You're just the softest of both. Just like, I don't know. I mean, I'm into bubbles.
That's actually a great point. I've always wondered why bubbles just seem so non-threatening, and it's because they're the two least powerful elements.
Well, they're the two least powerful parts of those elements, because air can be powerful and water can be very powerful, but a bubble is going to fall apart pretty much at any point when it's trying to be powerful.
I finished season 3.
Powerful Bubble. That's my nickname. Powerful Bubble. Continue.
Wow. Okay.
I've seen Legendary or The Legend of Korra season 3, and there's a moment in it where there's a character who is able to lava bend, and he's essentially an earthbender. But how does he heat it up? How does he do that? The whole time I'm watching it, I'm just thinking in my head, oh, well, I guess maybe like his mom's a fire, but no, wait, no, you can only have one element, so that's out the window. All right.
I mean, it's at the end of the day, a cartoon meant for kids. I wouldn't stress yourself out too much.
Yeah.
Dude, no, because I didn't make any fucking sense.
It's a cartoon meant for kids.
Rock.
No, it's like how some people can eat hot food. Like I've seen you scarf down like a hot chili dog.
I'm not going to say it's a cartoon for kids because other than that, it has literally 0 plot holes. So it's so well done enough that I'm not going to sit here and fucking ignore this plot hole.
Well, I don't search around kids thing for holes, so I don't know what it has.
Oh, really? Then why do they don't call you Playhouse Chris for nothing?
I
sounds like a real nickname. That's the bummer.
That one. No, it doesn't.
It sounds like they called him fucking Playhouse Chris Bubble Master.
No, they call me Party Bubbles, dude.
Let's just say bubbles weren't the only thing he was popping.
Oh, yo, speaking of bubbles, I never finished talking about my Gramps, dude, who's straight crushing it blind.
Yes.
Yo.
Speaking of bubbles,
dude, I can tie it in, dude. I'm the Segway Sultan. I'm the Sultan of Segways.
I'm fucking Paul Blart just riding that ass.
Yeah, fucking. Dude, I hung out with him today, and he was telling me about the hospital, and he's like fully blind, so it made it extra funny when he was like, "Here's the thing you'll never get," and he waited for Grandma to leave the room, and he's like, "So, they had to strip me naked to bathe me," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, that's how baths work." He's like, "Here's the crazy part. I don't know what's going on in this hospital. The nurse strips completely naked," and I was like, I don't know, Gramps. I don't know that happened. He's like, doesn't stop there. A second nurse came in, took her top right off. They bathed me. I don't have the heart to tell him, his blind motherfucking ass, that didn't happen.
He's blind and acted like this happened?
He's convinced it did. My mom and grandma have assured me that it didn't. They spent the entire time with him.
So he's blind and he's suffering from what it sounds like the most awesome dementia you could have.
Yeah, dude, horny old dementia, dude.
Oh, I wish. Oh, put me in the fucking virtual reality headset that is Alzheimer's, and let's call it a day, baby.
Dude, I don't know what's going on with him. I've never heard him curse more than like damn or hell, and only very occasionally. Meanwhile,
he's like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking.
Yeah, dude. Yo, he has a catheter in right now. I swear he found maybe 30 different ways to mention that he has a catheter attached to his penis. And he would go, penis. Yep, that's where the catheter is. I'm just like, yo, it was literally like he was like playing a game to see if he could say penis weirder and weirder. And like his blind ass is just so bored. He's like, I bet they think I'm crazy. Check this out. Penis. It's sick, dude. He's straight
your grandpa yells penis and thinks that girls would get into the bath naked with him. He's like, the trick is actually yelling penis at women. It's actually turned out to be pretty successful.
That's secretly why he's doing it. He's like, I've never said penis so much in my life as this weekend.
He's never seen the results of a cat call, so he's like, apparently they're 100% effective.
They can't see the face they're making.
He's like, I say it and I hear nothing back, and that's how I know they like it.
Well, I like when women are quiet, so the fact that anything.
That's so old school of him, just like, yeah, I love just sitting down and eating spaghetti in silence. That's a good fucking day for me, baby.
Dude, no, he's fucking hilarious. My grandma fixes his plate for him, and he insists that a man should finish everything on his plate, and she'll make him an enormous plate of spaghetti, and he'll sit in silence eating it, and he'll just be like, it's too much damn spaghetti, but he's gonna finish it. He's gonna finish it.
I feel like he's probably lost his taste buds too, so he's probably just like, now I'm just at this point shoveling it in, you know what I mean? Like just for nutrients. You give a shit what the taste is like. Dude,
it was honestly sick. I found out that he had this he was stationed in Japan when he was young in the Marines, and I for some reason, I always thought all the Japanese art he had in his house when I was a kid were like the spoils of war. Like in my mind, like he had like fucking torched a brothel and like robbed the emperor. But no, he just like bought all that shit like when he got back to America, like from a catalog. Like
He's like, it reminds me of my time when I was there and could have bought this stuff.
Dude, it was a crazy day. Like so many illusions were shattered, but then rebuilt. Like my grandpa went from being like a fucking warlord and the fucking man to being like, oh, you're just a regular ass Gramps, huh? To being like, nah, dude. For some reason, I can't see anything, yet I have X-ray titty vision. Like,
yeah. Well, what's funny about that?
Titties. Everything else is blackness. But whenever a girl takes her top off, it's like lights in the dark.
I'd also accept that power as well. I would accept any one of these powers. They sound awesome. It sounds like a great state of mind. I like that you could say like when you're like, yeah, my grandpa was stationed in Japan, and then you threw in a comment like that he was in the military, and it was like, yeah, like in my head I connected stationed usually refers to military things, but I thought jerk. No. I'm saying though, like it is funny because like stationed doesn't have to be a military term. You can be like, yeah, my uncle was stationed in Japan, and you're like, oh, like Marines, and you're like, no, McDonald's, they have a global program, so he actually is a manager over there, stationed over there.
You're some fucking 17-year-old pimple-faced bitch flipping burgers, and you get the fucking red envelope in the mail from Ronald McDonald himself. They're shipping you out to Japan.
He's like, this is transfer, baby, and you're like, no, but I have a family here. They're like, I don't make the rules, dude.
Just don't speak any Japanese. They just send you over to the fucking Shinjuku fucking red light district.
Yeah, dude.
Flipping burgers for Japanese whores.
Some dude's like, I accepted a fucking internship at IKEA, and all of a sudden I'm running a branch in Tokyo. I didn't even know what happened. Like, they fucking ship you out, dude. Here, like, I don't know what the issues are.
That's sick, actually.
I'm just saying, like, stationed is truly just like a term that's just like, yeah, I am in said location right now.
What if that's how like military deployment worked? Was if you were enlisted in the military, you got deployed as like a soldier, but if you weren't, you got deployed as like whatever your job is. Like, hey, our troops are gonna need some good old American fucking fry cooks over there. So then they send them out, dude. We're gonna need some fucking probably American, like, I don't know.
Why don't you show them how to make real food? It's just like fucking Szechuan sauce and shit, and you're like, this is what they wanted.
Well, because all right, there are
this
like
crack.
Like there are like military cooks who like enlist and then they become like the chef. Like,
well,
like
the thing, I mean, you can just be a normal person. Yeah, you can just be like a bartender on a military base, and you're like, yeah, I mean, I do this as well. And you're like, yeah, no, I know.
That is kind of sick to think about, though. Like a military base is just like a normal, regular commune where everyone has intense training. So like the idea of like breaking in and like trying to rob a bar, the bartender is military training, the busboy's got an AK.
Yeah. Like, hey, do you guys have a bouncer here? Yeah, you're looking at him. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I mean, everyone in here will beat the fuck out of you. What do you want?
They're a hive mind, like the human tortured animals. Like all the soldiers are the bouncer.
I just imagine like in the military, anytime there's like a fight, they just go out like fucking like regimented football camp or something, and they're like, "Listen, Gator Pit, baby, you got a problem? We're just gonna do this old school. Give them a fucking stick. You get a stick. We're doing combat training. All we're doing is combat training." And you're like, "I think this is like a brutal fight that we should break up." And you're like, "No, this is strength and conditioning."
War used to be like in the trenches and musket days, like everybody lines up and takes turns shooting. What if for war we got all the soldiers in a single file line and just gave them like a Joker style pool cue? You know what I mean? Broke that shit. Just 1-to-1, dude. That'd be sick.
I think we'd be in a world of hurt with that.
Why?
Fucking give them, dude. No, you got to give them. You got to give them that real. You got to give them that good shit, dude.
No. I think that they should be. I think we should do 1v1 straight up duels for every war until we're out of soldiers. It's like playing war. It's sick.
I mean, I don't know, man. I look at it, you know, like when you look at professional athletes, like MMA fighters or football players and stuff like that, and they're like, yeah, man, the trick is work your ass off. But then someone will be like, but also eat right and make sure you're getting like a good amount of rest because recovery is important. And the best athletes in the world believe that, like, recovery is important, like for your body. And the military is like, a day off? Get the fuck out there. Like they're so like, at the same time, like we're training soldiers and we're like, oh, a lot of experts say you should give them rest. And they're like, no, We don't fucking do that shit because we got more chores than we do emotions.
It is kind of like a reverse job. Like, imagine if instead of working 40 hours a week and having the rest off, like they just took your free time and they were like, you got like 8 hours a day if you want to, like, I don't know, get a job, jerk off in the bathroom. That's the only time you have to do that. So
I feel like there's just like, yeah, we're gonna try to break you, and you're like, oh, I mean, okay, we're gonna have like a fun like team building exercise, and they're like, yeah, it's called Don't Die. It's gonna be fun, and you're like, oh, it's hard to enjoy this.
Well, dude, nothing bonds people together more than like still being alive. I would say that's like the building blocks of any relationship.
I saw somebody post today. It was Tim Kennedy actually. Post a thing where it was just like, nobody hates on veterans more than veterans, and you're like, oh, it's gotta be depressing, huh? Like, you know what I mean? Like being like, you kind of get where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? You're somebody I can connect with. Not a lot of people know this, but like you would share this experience with me because we've been there. And imagine that guy being like, you're a fucking pussy, and you're like, oh, I mean, God damn it, it's confiding in you for a second here as somebody who knows what it's fucking like.
I do think the federal government shits on veterans pretty hard as well, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, companies don't do great either because they'll be like, I don't know, we'll give you a fucking like 10% discount or something, and you're like, oh, I almost died for you, and you're like, yeah, cool. Well, you can get like $1 off tape if you want. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a disrespectful being like, yeah, but we offer a veterans discount. You're like, you're just checking a box. You're not doing anything for them. You know what I mean? Like,
NFL does more for CTE than we do for soldiers.
No, but don't worry. We sell camouflage jerseys, so that don't worry, that's helping.
Dude, camouflage jerseys? No, they have brain damage, dude. They're not gonna be able to see them.
You know what I just thought? Out there. You know what I just thought here with the camouflage jerseys and shit? When like a veteran walks into a store that sells a camouflage t-shirt, shouldn't they be entitled to one a day? Like, you have a card that gets scanned to like a federal database, and you can just like get one
for free.
Yeah.
You should be able to at least get one for free.
Yeah, why would you get that?
Wait. The deal at the store has is, oh, you're in the military? Anything camouflage is yours. And you're like, oh, I actually wanted that blue shirt over there.
It's the opposite of no shirt, no shoes, no service. If you were in the military and you walk in a place shirtless, they have to give you a camo top. That way we keep it to the homeless. We keep it to the needy.
Who it is.
You walk in with no shoes, guess what? We're gonna get you some camo Crocs. Like,
absolutely, dude. This guy I work with brought up a great point. He's just like, hey, I have a question. Why is it so hard for people to wear masks? He's like, I just feel like you should put the no shirt, no shoes, no mask thing on, and then we just all move on with our lives. Because it's a store being like, yeah, I don't know, dude. We don't serve barefoot people and people who sneeze on things. I don't know, like. Yeah, that's a common business.
We have a policy. We don't serve ugly people. I'm gonna need a mask.
Let me see your fucking face. Let me see that shit. Oh yeah. You can't fucking be here, dude.
This is a Chik-Fil-A. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go across the street to Arby's, sir.
I will say people are getting so protective and aggressive about things. They are giving off. Everybody's giving off bouncer energy. And I need everyone to relax. You go to like a fucking Joe's Crab Shack to order like takeout.
It's the guy who wants to impress the bouncer energy. The guy who's just like, yeah, dude, these fucking idiots. Am I right? Like,
but they're like trying to like wield power that they absolutely don't have. You'll go to like Joe's Crab Shack or any restaurant to go get like takeout, and they'll be like, do not walk in here without a mask right now, okay? And you're like, hey, Janine, you're a waitress. Do not talk to me like that.
That's
like,
no.
I get it, and I will wear a mask, but like, there's like a thing where it's like, you need to wait outside here, and you're like, hey, excuse me, you make $9 an hour. Don't talk to me like that, okay?
Honestly, no, it's not where I thought you were going with this take. I hate this take.
Why?
Well, all right, I sympathize.
Bouncer energy. People are like, get out of here.
No, because like, you're not saying it's a good or bad thing. Of the day. Janine's been dealing with it all day. I promise you, Janine did not do that to every customer who came in earlier. I thought you were saying my problem isn't with Janine. That's her fucking job. My problem is with
her job's to put crab cakes on a fucking warm plate.
No, her job is to stop the restaurant from being shut down and shit.
Her job is a way. She's not the manager.
No, let me finish. No, it's still the manager's like will.
She's not a manager.
She's not the problem. The problem is the fucking people who are also waiting for takeout who tell you what to fucking do. Let the fucking restaurant handle that. I don't like the fucking other customers chiming in with the like, ooh, you're a little close to me right now. It's like, bitch, I'm walking to my table. That's fucking annoying.
Yeah, I think it's all annoying. I'm saying everybody's bouncer energy though. Like, Like, again, dude, that lady doesn't. I agree with the customers. They're just as fucking annoying. I actually want to tell people all the time that are like way too close to me at Wawa, where I'm like, bro, do you not see the fucking 6 foot? It's big and red. Stand on it, dog. Stand on the fucking. Don't. Why are you up in my grill right now? You're near the Sizzlies. Wait a turn.
I do feel bad for Janine.
I don't feel bad for Janine.
The Sizzly shit, and she tried to say step away from the bacon, egg, and cheese, I'd be mad.
Well, dude, you know what?
Here's my thing. You are the hostess. You fucking like. You're not Mr. Joe's Crab Shack. You're not Joe. Okay. You don't have to yell at a customer, because guess what? I maybe walked in and I just didn't know what this thing is. There's not like clear parameters. There's like a lobby, but are we using it as a lobby? Because you're not even using your restaurant as a restaurant. It's like, I don't know the layout of this place right now.
I'm coming from a place of like, God, us waiters.
I worked in a restaurant.
No. Just waiters have wanted to yell at customers for so long, and now is their fucking chance. So I fucking feel for Janine. I'm like, hell yeah, get it, girl. Fucking, I was just saying earlier that I think that restaurants are finally at a spot of acceptable expectations. They get to tell you to shut the fuck up. And I stand by that.
Most restaurant owners are dickheads, though.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt 20 minutes ago. It's how I feel now. More power to them to tell customers to shut the fuck up, because that's how businesses should be able to be. Businesses should be able to tell you what to fucking do, and people not get all butthurt. I'm not going back there because the food was great, but the waiter told me to wait for it. Like,
I mean, yeah, but you're not gonna have a sustainable business that way. If you have a business that doesn't give a fuck about what the customers think, you're not gonna have a sustainable business.
And that's why restaurants got to the point of me making custom salmons for some bitch, and it'll get back there eventually. But like, I do think now is more reasonable for people who aren't cooking their own food to fucking follow whatever rules the people who are cooking are. Just like if your mom said, I'm making dinner, so you do the fucking dishes, then you have to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I just think people need to like express themselves more. We're all so fed up in 4 to 5, 6 months with it. We're literally, but I'm saying right now, do you think it's okay for a fucking waitress to take out all their aggression on a customer when it's like, hey, Rusty, you know me. Do you think I was causing a problem? Or do you think I was just coming to pick up my order and just didn't know where the thing was? That's all it was. I didn't come in like, a mask in my country. Like, I didn't, like, that's not the energy I want. Like,
Jeff,
do you know what I mean? But I got yelled at by a 23-year-old who fucking wears braids still. And it's like, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just looking for this fucking thing. You got crab cakes smelling fingers. Relax. You ain't fucking official, dog. Like,
CCFF, baby. CCFF.
You got a hairnet in. Shut your fucking mouth, okay? Yeah, like, I'm not the president of the United States.
You to a degree. I know that you didn't come in firing. I think that where I'm sitting on it is that I think that she does deal with a lot of shitheads. And I think you walked in with your face and eyebrows looking like you know that they do, and you seem more like the kind of person, especially if your mask wasn't quite on yet, you look like somebody who's not going to put it on. Yeah, and now you look like somebody who's, for some reason, doesn't like their own fart, and it's weird for them because they usually really like their own fart.
I don't know where his hand was before. I feel like it might have been underneath, and I think he might have brought it up for the San Francisco.
You're right.
Yeah.
He is enjoying it. He cupped it. That's that was
Yep.
He hit a quick Kamehameha wave.
Yeah, he's soaking it in, and I think that was a big one.
Out there.
And I'm assuming his hands were sweaty because it's holding on to this thing because he's still doing it.
I'm tired of getting yelled at by people. You know what I mean? Like, and not even just like waitresses. Like, that's just an example. And obviously, we went a little hard to paint about it.
That energy. She was probably like having some like a John Mayer moment with you, like, dear John.
But dude, I feel like, I've been to liquor stores that have hired like security.
Yeah, the liquor store near here, it's a guy who waits out front. If you try to walk in, he'll like basically put his hand on your chest and be like, you need to call and place an order. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to New Jersey because I'm not an alcoholic. I don't know what I fucking want.
Bouncers are like the biggest dicks in the world, and all you're doing is now putting them outside of like family-owned businesses, and it's like, yeah, I know this is ruining it for me. So my options are I can eat in a parking lot, or I can have a fucking fat dude tell me I'm not allowed to eat here.
No, I agree. The single bouncers suck. I know this was shitty too, but I still can't stop laughing at all of the little A teams that popped up at the height of like the Black Lives Matter, Christopher Columbus protests and shit like that. Yeah, like they had like the fucking A team, like baseball bat wielding, like Gravy Seal motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, they were sandlotting it.
But then you have like the woke A team where it's like Mr. T, but it's like a white guy with the same setup on. Fucking, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. Bouncing has been going on since fucking March. Everybody has been bouncing for one issue or another. Now we're trying to bounce pedophiles.
I was saying, we're bouncing pedophiles. People were being bouncers at the Columbus statue.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Fucking don't move. And you're like, why? It's a park. I can probably do whatever I want here, huh? You know what I mean? It's fucking public. Oh, I'm pretty sure the only rules here is I can't leave my dog shit on the ground unpicked up.
Are we playing freeze tag? Don't move? What do you mean? I am in a park, so that makes sense.
Hey, sir, the baseball fields are that way. You seem to be holding a bat next to a metal statue, which just seems like anything you do from here on out is a bad idea. Nothing's good is gonna come out of you holding this, and then what are you gonna do? Beat this? But it is. Everybody has bouncer energy. Everybody has fucking. Don't you dare approach this courthouse. And you're like, what is it? Your courthouse, dude? What do you give a fuck about the courthouse? Go fucking sit at home and watch your oldie television. Yeah. Go watch I Love Lucy. Eat mac and cheese and fall asleep at 6 o'clock at night. You don't need to fucking be out there being like, I'll defend the courthouse. Like, relax.
No, fucking shout out Gramps again. Tonight he was telling me about how Fox News is more balanced, and he feels like he gets a good mix of things. No. I mean, yeah, we know that's not true. I don't know.
I actually don't know if you were like, name me a balanced source. I don't know if I can give you one.
No, the balanced source is like finding like the one kid from high school who ended up going on to be a poli-sci major and still smokes weed, but isn't libertarian. And like, that's your political source.
Can I read you my favorite person on Facebook right now?
Yeah, sure.
My favorite person on Facebook right now is a buddy of mine who is a part of, you know how like you see people on the internet and they're like brainwashed, like in one side in one way or another. This guy is so brainwashed in the most confusing way I've ever seen, where I'm like, I don't actually know what side you're on. I don't know what you're promoting. I don't know what you're pushing. I just know that you feel strongly and nobody likes your statuses. Which makes me know nobody agrees with you. You're not even getting like a couple people to be like, fuck yeah. I almost said his name. Fuck yeah. Like, you know what I mean? But hold on a second, dude. He posted, he's like Alan in a way.
What side of the political spectrum is he on here? Like, is he super left, super right? Like, what's going on? Down the middle?
Is he really confused?
I'm gonna read the most recent thing he posted. His whole thing is about being woke, but not like woke against woke. You know what I mean? Like type thing.
Yeah, I know the type.
He posted a thing and goes, "This is a lot, so buckle up, okay?" Again, don't know this man's politics. Just know that this is a status he put up there, like he was shocking the world. Okay, like he typed this, press enter, and went, let's see them digest that for the day.
Like, you know his enter key had one of those like flip up guards on it. Like he had to like hit it.
Like, I don't know if they're ready for this.
There's a fucking keyhole in the side of his computer. He had to turn 2 keys.
Has to get his friend to come over so he can do the other one.
Fucking dude. Nancy Pelosi is one of the keys in between her tits.
All right, ready?
Turn the key now.
Did you guys know that Eminem had a half brother, Nathan Kane? He was born when Eminem was 14. Then when Nathan was 10, he removed his mother by child services. He was removed from his mother by child services and lived in foster care. At that same point in time, Eminem released his first album, Infinity. Do you see what I'm hinting at? It seems pretty unbelievable, but so does Cardi B and Meg releasing a song that got labeled as a martyr for women empowerment everywhere. Is our reality dependent on anything more than real time? Does our reality become affected if illusions dwell within it? This is a great starting point if you'd like to get closer to the exterior of our reality matrix. Hit me up if you enjoy having your mind busted by open truths. And then he proceeded to put up the lyrics to an Eminem song and randomly underline certain words in it, but just certain words, and they don't like make a sentence. Like he just like commented and underlined little hellions. Their parents still listen to Elvis. Visionary, revolution, revel. Na. Your bent antenna, enter it ending up under your skin like a splinter. And you're like, those don't mean anything.
Yo, you just read the most
Scott,
rambling thing in the world.
This guy literally sounds like Alex Jones, but like from outside of a Suboxone clinic. Like this guy sounds like some white fucking stoner just got onto like I don't even know, dude. That's like if Trump was a YouTuber. What's going on?
Yeah, that was. Hold on. Was there anything in that like made sense to you, Rusty, or Geoff? Because Geoff, you read it, so I'm sure you've sat on it for a little while at least. This is the first time I've heard it. It's the first time, Rusty, you've heard it. What?
Dude,
what?
He posts things, and what sucks is like I really like the kid, and it's just one of those things where I go, oh, I'm not gonna like not be your friend anymore because you post like these things. It's weird for me to just be like, I don't agree with you, so we could never be friends. Like I could disagree with you and be your friend still, but this guy isn't making a point, so it is entertaining because I just like to see people comment going like, hey man, I'm not mad at this. I do just think that you're crazy and need to go take a nap. Like you need to fucking get some sleep because I don't know what you're doing.
There's nothing to disagree with. There's nothing to dislike. I think that you know that like test for kids where it's like a square hole and a circle hole and a cross shape hole and they gotta put the fucking shape in it. I feel like this guy got out his fucking knife and he whittled himself a new shape and he's just jamming it. And guess what? Maybe one day he'll find a hole it fits in. But until then, he's not getting a like. He's not getting a ha-ha react. He's not getting a retweet because nobody can connect with that shape. It's like describing a new color. People just scroll by it. They don't even want to try.
Dude.
This dude's fucking magenta. Doesn't exist.
All right, ready this one? Throughout this entire pandemic, I've been seeing, let me just say, I know this sounds like a guy who's 39 years old. He's 23. Okay, he's 23.
You should have left it up to me. You should have left
Throughout
it up to
this entire
the
pandemic, I've been seeing a lot of airheads comparing America to Nazi Germany. Most of these comparisons are of Trump and Hitler and of his supports to Nazis and Hitler Youth and white supremacists. I'm going to stop it right there. Sounds pretty similar to Hitler. Mainly because of their views to support Nazis and Hitler Youth. I would say that that's probably running right with it. Now, this is the first sensible comparison I have seen to Nazi Germany and America. Bravo. Several doctors had a press conference today to share success of the hydroxychloroquine, whatever. Their video has been deleted and censored. Remember in Nazi Germany, scientists and doctors who didn't agree with Hitler's race science were also silenced and censored? America is in trouble.
Did he say remember in Nazi Germany?
Yeah.
He doesn't remember Nazi Germany?
No. And everything he puts up, like someone will put up a picture of it's just like the Black Lives Matter like fist, right? And they'll just put up like the most negative thing you could ever think of, but they once had artwork with a fist, and he's like, "Do you see what is happening?" And you're like, "Oh my!" I mean,
dude, I'm still stuck on the Eminem thing.
The fist. Dude, I don't know what the Eminem thing meant, and I remember just being like, I don't know how to disagree.
A Google Translate option, like, can we like cut it down, or it's like Nazis are like Nazis because think like Nazis, America now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can I get the Cliff Notes?
Dude, it is he shares, and then it'll be like, yo, $40 tattoos, and you're like, oh, you got so many bad decisions on this page. Like, dude, it's one of those. I'm telling you right now, it's so funny. Like, people come at him in his comments, and he's just always his reply. It'll always be like, dude, you're being ignorant. Like, you know, all this shit. I can't believe you would say this. And he's always like, hey, Jessica, I totally see where you're coming from. But have you ever thought to maybe sit back and consider that I do not give a shit about your opinion, and you and all your little Hillary army people and all you dumb Republican, like he'll shit on both sides and then be like, we'll never understand why in the world Dwayne The Rock Johnson is secretly a hitman for Joe Biden and all of this shit going on. He's like, and that's why Idris Elba faked the coronavirus and Tom Hanks is a robot. And you're like, I can't keep up with you, brother.
No, you don't understand. All those things that you just said that just came from your brain, they have like concreteness to them. They are ideas. These are lizard people. Idris Elba faked this. Tom Hanks is a robot. Nothing he said tracks logically whatsoever. It's like It's like fucking in the movie Memento or some shit. It's like he kept waking up mid-sentence, reading the last word he wrote and being like, and Eminem and Nazis and music, revolutionary. Like they're not thoughts. It's word salad.
I can almost guarantee you. Hold on a second.
He sounds like a veteran.
I can even find it. Okay, here we go. Ready? He has admitted this to me too because he shared something one time that said, the NBA is going to make players stand for the Chinese national anthem. It wasn't true. He shared a link without reading it, just read the headline, and it said the article and then the fucking website. And I found.
Wait, go back. The NBA is the national American basketball league. It's going to make. I know it's not true. So. For that to be true, they would need to start playing the Chinese national anthem. Like, to begin with. To be honest, no NBA player has ever kneeled for the Chinese national anthem.
You're right.
Why? Because they haven't heard it.
You're right.
I mean, someone went to the Olympics, I guess, but even then, they probably had their headphones in. They were probably listening to the Space Jam soundtrack, trying to get pumped up.
Somebody who doesn't even watch sports like that, was able to be like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, right? He was just shared it, and then I looked up the website link that was there, right? I just Googled, it said the Babylon Bee. The first thing I looked up, I just typed in the Babylon Bee, right? What comes up? UK satire or Christian satire news, and you're just going like, you didn't even read it. So I just shared the screenshot of like the description of the website. He's like, yeah, you know me, man, just sharing interesting headlines. Like, definitely don't do the research. And I was like, you can't put that in the comments. Like,
no, dude, that's sick. No, he can. That's sick. I would fucking subscribe to a channel just to watch a show called Just Good Headlines. Like, it's just him fucking coming up with headlines. That's fucking great, dude. Like, what would the headline be for the Eminem one? Eminem's secret half brother, what Nicki Minaj doesn't want you to know. I don't fucking know. Like, that's so fucking funny. That makes no sense.
You're not even ready. I just read a comment under the Eminem thing. It goes even harder in the paint. I think it's worth reading again.
Let's do it.
Because somebody just goes, bruh, what the fuck you talking about? And he goes, that Eminem's parents, who were traveling musicians in a band called Daddy Warbucks, had a child named Marshall Mathers. They are witch doctors, elites, evil, whatever you want to call it works. Their child was an innocent soul led by an evil spirit. He grew up to be Eminem. It is what has been happening as long as history has been recorded. Innocent human souls being infested by evil spirits. There's a lot we don't know in this world that the elite do. They've created a paradise for themselves, and we do their dirty work. Marshall got used, and Eminem and Slim Shady got his paradise. There's a bigger picture, and not everyone wants to face it or even consider it, and that's totally fine. I think it's beyond important to start to, and at very least, consider the possibility of it being true.
He's right.
He's not. I mean, and I won't even say it sarcastically. I won't let that happen. It makes, first off, Eminem wasn't a child star. I don't even know why I'm getting worked up over this.
No, it's so upset.
Insane. It's clearly insane. I
want to hug this guy.
No, honestly, when this guy finds out about medicine, he's gonna freak out, dude.
Don't tell him.
Evil spirits have been possessing people and making them write fucking music about their ex-wife.
What is this? What is this? 1996? This guy's like, hot take. I think Eminem's kind of got a pretty fucked up mind. I think it's pretty evil. I think he's a little twisted. And people are like, yeah, no, definitely. He's like, what is this? The devil's music? And you're like, 107? Like, yeah, dude, we've already had this conversation.
When you find out about Michael Jackson, dude, holy shit.
Yeah, dude, like, it's just one of those things where people are constantly like, hey man, are you doing okay? And he's like I would even ever care about your opinion. Like, people that are like checking in on him, he's like, yeah, fuck you guys for not liking my status.
I feel like in his head he's like, no, I'm not okay, but I don't want to be there okay.
Dude, I had to text another friend. I had to be like, hey, is he doing okay?
Oh,
and they were like,
you have someone who's like actually close with him? You have like an insider?
I'm friends with him.
To like hang out friends or like keep him on your Facebook?
I have hung out with him.
Have you talked to this guy recently and been like,
hey, yo.
You're making me feel bad about our friendship, dude.
I went to the
same I used to think that like, I used to think there was something cool about me that made you want to hang out with me because I always thought you were a pretty cool guy. Maybe I was a pretty cool guy and you would want to hang out. But it turns out that you have no fucking ad filter on, dude. You're just browsing blindly, dude. You're clicking on any man, woman, and child who wants to fucking
I would never click
say
on a
some
child.
crazy shit to you.
I would never click on a child. I'd like to make that known.
I'm really glad you said that. That's good.
I would never. Anyway, no, dude, you are a cool guy, but you're also interesting. And yeah, I am browsing in the world that is, the world. I don't know what to tell you. This guy's fucking crazy, and I like to be hanging out with him. However, when you're just hanging out, drinking beers and talking sports, it's this man filter we put up where we're just like, this guy likes the Eagles. I like the Eagles. We're best friends. And then some other person's like, Johnny's a psychopath. He tried to like punch Caitlyn, and you're like, Johnny did that? He seems like such a good dude. And you're like, no, you just like football with him. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, that guy's a cool guy. And then you're like, he's fucking insane. And you're like, yeah, I didn't follow him on Facebook before.
John, we both hate the Cowboys. John's like, yeah, I hate them because they're spies for Russia.
Yeah, literally. And you're like, oh, all right,
the Cowboys.
My dad had just always told me we were an Eagles fan, so that's kind of where I was at with it.
Oh man, the Eagle has landed. No, that's entertaining, dude.
The Eminem thing was interesting. I also really, really enjoyed the random underlines. Like, they were good points. And I was like, this didn't turn into anything. You actually underlined na 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 na. Like, that was a sick point. Like, yeah, remember when he said that shit? That's him speaking tongues.
I mean, maybe. All right.
You know what's a cold take? Eminem makes music for the devil. Like, that's such a cold take.
No, I think it's a take everyone thought was cold, so they left it in the pizza box, but the cheese hasn't congealed yet. Hear me out, bro. I think it's a coin flip on if or if not Eminem would be welcome into the world's cultural elite. Because, like, he's like trailer trash, meth head, fucking rapper garbage, but he's also, like, was a tool to control white kids and make them like a white rapper and shit. I don't know, dude. I think it's a coin flip. Eminem could be involved in shit. It's crazy. Everything that Johnny Facebook.
That's not the point Johnny Facebook. Though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Everything Johnny Facebook said is crazy. But as far as Gramps throwing darts, like, he could have thrown a dart at a worse target. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I just really enjoy watching the statuses pile up and the likes go down. You know what I mean? You see a post, and you go, oh, it's got 19 comments and not a single like. That's a good post. That's a good
I'm not naming names, but there's a couple of comics in the Philly area who I know for a fact people have been like, people have been like unfollowing on Facebook because they just get hard diminishing returns on statuses, like statuses that should be crushing on Facebook. I think no one's seeing them because they told the algorithm, like, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Dude. Yeah,
I think I didn't realize that likes are important, because if you're not getting likes, that's because everybody hid you from the world. Like you're not getting likes because you're posting from a cave, dude. These aren't statuses. These are cave drawings. You're drawing Eminem beating his wife in your own fucking shit on the wall, you know?
I do think it's funny that Facebook always gets called out, because all the people that do have the worst news and are the worst informed are avid Facebook users. Like, it really is just terrible articles where people are like, can you believe this shit? Did you see that they're fucking, outlawing Coca-Cola? And you're like, they're not doing that. And they're like, yeah, the Democrats want to do that. And you're like, no, they're not banning Coca-Cola. That's who told you that? And you're like, fucking Facebook did.
The Democrats locked the Coca-Cola Bear's kid in a cage on the border.
Yeah, so it's like Uncle Benny shared it. And you're like, Uncle Benny's a fucking idiot. He lives under the boardwalk. Like,
I don't want to hear anything from an uncle. I think, like, once your sibling has a kid, I think you just need to retire from opinions. Is that crazy?
Yeah, no, I think that's
I love my uncles, but, like,
we're never gonna retire from our opinions, though.
Oh no, well, that's because
But also, my opinion.
My sister gets pregnant, I'm hitting her. You can hit a girl if it's your sister.
I think that's true. I've chokeslammed family members despite gender.
Despite it.
Wait, there was real quick.
God, I know
we're about to fucking wrap.
I don't want to chokeslam you, but you are a girl, so I gotta do it.
Dude, there was a thing where we were playing we're drinking, and they were like, let's play it's like XXX charades, and I was like, this sounds way too sexual, and it wasn't. It was actually very basic charades, and I was like,
diesel-based charades.
Yes.
Critic.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, this is about to get intense, and it wasn't. It was very like, mild. But we get up there and they're like, oh, we're gonna do teams. We're gonna do boys versus girls, and they go, and like one of the guys was like, oh, I was kind of hoping to be, with this with the girl, and they're like, oh, I mean, I guess we could do girls, and then you, and then just do boys, and then that girl, and then they were like, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter at that point. Should we even do a gender type thing? And they're like, Jeff, what team do you want to be on? And I was like, I will be on any team that you guys want me to be on. I also don't believe in doing gender-based teams because we're only going to have 2 teams, and that cuts out about 47 genders. So I just feel like we're including multiple teams. It seems like we should have like a World Cup Olympic-style representation, and we're not really doing that. We're just limiting it to a 2-party system. I don't feel comfortable playing charades with a 2-party system. And I was like, dude, it was roasting. I was like, okay, cool. So Jeff's gonna be on team 2. Like, we're gonna put you over here. I was just like, I don't know. I don't want to play. I don't know.
You're gonna be on the boys team or the girls team? Captain.
Yeah, dude, they said they were doing random names out of a hat, and I was the first pull for team 2, and I go, let's get a team captain. And they go, no, you're just the first member of the team. I go, the captain. I go, I'm the captain. I mean, whose team is it right now? I'm the only person on the team. It's my team. So anybody coming to my team right now, it's already been my team for at least 30 seconds.
Dude, that sentence, everybody coming to my team right now, it's already been my team for 30 seconds. I feel like that's the energy you would bring to an orgy.
Yeah, it'd be mine.
You in an orgy. You're like, captain of the orgy, okay? I call coming first, okay?
Trevor, get your ass out of here. You've been hogging that area the whole damn time. We know that's where the air conditioned vent is. It's getting hot in here.
Rusty, go long. I can't.
Just like, listen, whatever you guys are doing, it seems like you guys are picking a lot of Lady Gaga. I'm thinking maybe I get the playlist. Maybe somebody gives me the aux cord for a bit.
That's what you would do in our orgy, Jeff. You can handle the aux cord.
Yes. All I want to do is be a DJ in an orgy. That's really all I want to do.
That's all any DJ wants, bud.
All right, dude. Evan, what are we at, baby?
With a little bit that we cut out, what, an hour and 20?
All right. That means we can cut out another 20. Let's get it, baby.
Yeah.
Cut that shit.
All right.
Until next time, dude.
Deuces McGooses, baby.
Shout out Gramps.
Shout out Gramps. All right.
Yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, this little nigga bugging me. Just see the bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even pass me that, I don't want none of it. These niggas mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got me hot as a laser.
This has been a DropTent Media production.